Built on a concrete slab that is floated on rubber mounts. Double walls attached to the slab and air gaps between the walls allow for complete acoustic isolation. This room-within-a-room construction provides all the technical spaces within the facility to house either image or sound functions. Pipe grids and thoughtful cable and signal management with high-capability fiber optic cabling throughout the facility provides an easy way to be able to support future changes in technology and connectivity. Our team is very proud to have inherited the legacy of the reason that Walt Disney built his studio here in Burbank in 1937, which was to provide a very special place to encourage innovation and creativity.
We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths.
What do you think, Lauren?
Well, I think you guys must be a Hollywood studio. Your promo's so slick we could show it in a theater.
Actually, it was a little home movie. It was actually made over the last week by people from our own department and area, and so maybe if this digital studio stuff doesn't work out, we'll go into the movie business. Okay, guys?
Right.
I'd love to show you what our remote collaboration.
Absolutely. Can you give us a little tour around the room and explain what you built?
Yeah, the room you're in is a 1,000 square foot theater, although it doesn't really look like a theater because there's no fixed seating. It's really, we like to think of it as our sandbox. We have portable seating, you can bring in consoles. This 1,000 square foot room is also a room within a room like you saw in the video. In fact, this room weighs 80,000 pounds of concrete floating on a rubber mount. And so if there's ever an earthquake, this is the room that you absolutely want to be in. You can see these pipe grids throughout that can house microphones or cameras or the lighting gear that you see, which is a new sort of technology using LED lights, so we can actually make any color or any color temperature in this room depending upon what we're doing. You see these two 70-inch monitors on either side of the screen where you can split the monitors so a tall guy like you can literally come into this room. We have a 16-foot screen. In fact, the screen is really two screens. There's a white screen, and behind that is a silver 3D screen for Real D. As well, if you flip around and take a look at our booth, the booth itself is about 500 square feet, and you can see it's one of the largest pieces of port glass that you can make. In fact, it's so big that we had to have a seam in it. Currently, we have one 4K projector, but you can see there's room for many projectors in the room, and actually racks that are right now empty, but ready for codecs and technology that we're going to play with in the sandbox for years to come. And in fact, one of the things we'd love to continue to do is do what we've learned from Cinegrid, is to use this room and continue our relationship with Cinegrid to continue to learn by doing in that Cinegrid model. We really look forward to it.
Well, thank you, Leon. This is very impressive. I wonder if you'd agree to take a couple questions from the workshop here.
We'll see. Come over to this camera and fire away.
Okay. Greg Harper, I'm sure you have a question. Just wait for the microphone or he won't hear you.
Yep.
Are you using 4K codecs to do this collaboration? In other words, can I talk to you if you have 4K using the JPEG 2000 with the NTT codecs?
Actually, we had some NTT codecs. We don't have them in the house right now. Right now we're using a TVIPS. It's a 2K codec, but it doesn't preclude us in the future from using 4K codecs.
And do you also have 4K cameras that you can use for live streaming?
In fact, our technology group does have some 4K cameras. Right now we're using an HD camera, but those are the things that we'd like to play with Cinegrid community. Of course we have a 4K projector in this room as well.
Any other questions?
Any answers?
Where we actually cycle through the different applications. You'll notice we got Sage here, CalVR, CGLX, And we also have Sage in a different space. So notice, I can use the same web interface to control this room, all the different applications, lighting, sound, projection, streaming, for whatever space, here or anywhere else in the world. It is password protected, so I don't know if Case is still here. Yeah, there you are. You can't get on it like you did last year. Yeah, I bet. All right. So as we go, we have some remote collaborators actually waiting for us. We have been doing a lot of work with people at KMD. See those?
Yeah, they look gorgeous.
Okay. Well, here, why don't we actually just go ahead and make a PDF out of them. And I just click this, there's a new button you Sage users will know or see here that says PDF. So you click that, it's going to do a little bit of processing, and we should get a PDF that contains all of these images, one image per page on the PDF. And voila, look at that. I'm going to go full screen, and I should be able to cycle through it, and there we go. Those are our location scouts. So now this makes it really easy to share with you, Devin. So let's go ahead and just
can you send it to me over here?
I would love to.
Yeah, as you said, it was quintessential because we're shooting in 2 different places, and even in Japan and San Diego, there's so many different kind of environments for us to shoot in. So when we're sharing things like this, it makes it really easy for us to understand the direction that people are going, and especially when they're B-roll.
So you'll notice that Devin is interacting with his wall slightly different, right? I'm using the gyro as our interface here. He happens to have a PQ Labs touch interface on their wall over there. So he's able just to touch the buttons with his finger on the screen and cycle through them. Beautiful. Great.
They look fabulous.
Awesome. All right.
It would be 2007 for, maybe Tom should correct me, for a scenic conference. And at that time I said, well, with the right kind of network and the right infrastructure in the studio, we could actually do this in multiple places. And I sort of had forgotten that I had brought my laptop in here with my data, on the plane, and set it up and ran the Vicon, which is the motion capture system that we ran that software in an offline mode. And I talked about data rates and how hard this would be, but wouldn't it be great of pre-visualization as part of our animation workflow? And of course, once we get that solved data, you want to have an animator look at it, smooth it, fill the gaps, and really give it life rather than just the raw capture data, which we would all recognize as humanoid motion, but we really want that character to pop.
So we're going to put in a background plate. And
And Jeff, if you want to just come on camera and tell us when you're ready, so I can see the progress bar on the software, and it's about at 75%.
we're adding a light here, real-time light.
So we have actually 2 places where we're recording the data. We can record the data as it's streamed into the Motion Builder app, but our primary recording spot is up in Monterey. And when that data is processed, we're going to stream it again live